Five. There we go. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our watch-along for Alfreton Sound's trip to Peterbrough Sports this Tuesday night. What's just happened to the screen?
It's fine.
I think we're okay.
It was loaded. Don't worry, mate.
You will be hearing some fireworks, probably, in the background, obviously, as it is the 5th of November.
And some funky tunes, hopefully.
And some funky tunes, which we hopefully don't get copyrighted for. But yeah, remember, you will be hearing some fireworks tonight. The big news, really, coming from Alfreton's opposition and the hosts tonight. Some shock announcements live on from their Twitter feed at around 5:10. Top goal scorer this season, Dion Sembi-Ferris, along with club captain, leaving for an undisclosed fee to Spalding United. And along with that, announcing 3 new recruits today to add to the previous 2 that they announced at the weekend. So it's all change at the Turbines at the moment.
Yeah, well, you'd think they'd have to change something. They've scored 3 goals at home all season. Obviously, getting rid of your top scorer might not be the way to do that, but that is what they've done. I imagine Spalding, I don't know where they'll have conjured up some money from to go after him, but they haven't. Obviously, he's now gone, but they've brought in some players to bolster the squad, and it's whether they're any good.
Well, we shall find out. Obviously, they've dabbled. They've got a couple of loanees in from Barnsley, loanee from Port Vale as well. But along with that, some permanent signings from lower tiers. So, and a few of them are in action tonight. Some of them are starting. So it's going to be a first impression for the Peterborough sports fans, as well as it will be for us. But obviously, the two players going to Spalding for a fee, which is quite a surprise to see.
Yeah.
Dion Sembi-Ferris particularly dropping a level, because of a player of his quality can certainly still cut it in this division. And Spalding, a team that we faced twice this season, obviously in the earlier rounds of the FA Cup qualifying, eventually getting through on penalties via the late saviour in the form of Billy Whitehouse, which we very much enjoyed, and then obviously eventually going through from the spot. And what have you just seen? Because I've not watched it.
One of the lads, I think it was Salam. Is it like a free kick from the edge of the box? Jake Askew's in goal. The ball's fired off the post and right into the private area of Jake Askew, and he's taken it.
Well, Jake Askew, a rare fixture in the matchday squad. He is back into the team today. There are a few absences from an Alfreton perspective that we will run you through properly. We'll run you through the teams properly, but 2 big absences in the form of David Moyo, who didn't make the team on Friday against Notts County. Obviously, we suspected that he'd picked up a knock, came off against Rushall for Jake Day, who then obviously played the full 90 on the Friday in the FA Cup first round. But he's absent again, and a change, someone that came off against Notts County, which surprised us initially, but it must have been, well, we assume it's injury related. Adam Lund, no place for him in the matchday squad today. We didn't see him or Moyo warming up, so the inclination is that there's some knocks picked up or some injuries floating about there.
Yeah, we were really confused when Lundy come off on Friday night, because I mean, your head just never goes there with Lundy for injuries, do you? Because he never is injured. He plays, he picks up. I've seen him on the end, the receiving end of some horrible challenges over, the time I've been coming to these games, and he's always got up, carried on. I mean, he won 60 odd games without in a row starting. So he's a big player for Alfred, and a massive weapon as well from his long throws, work rate, everything. So we were really surprised to see him coming off, because I thought he was one of the few players who were trying to drive the boys on in the latter stages of that game. And I mean, it never crossed my mind he might be injured to the point where he won't be in the squad for tonight's game. But that is an obstacle Billy Heath's team will have to overcome tonight if they want to get a result. Yeah, and sorry, go on. I was going to say, fortunately, not to discredit the opposition, but they are struggling.
Yes.
They've never beaten Alfreton in the last 4 league fixtures. It's I think they're the 4 times they've played, actually. It look like
it does look like we are sat in a shipping container. No, this is the newly formed press area, we're told, at Peterborough Sports. They've had an upgrade to their facilities for the press, which is very welcome. I mean, we're enjoying it at the moment. We've got some seats, we've got some power.
Yeah, it's feeling pretty techy.
Yeah, which is always a luxury. But yeah, as you say, Peterborough Sports, it's no secret that they are a struggling side at the moment. They're just keeping their heads above water.
Yeah, 20th place by a point, I think. They're outside the relegation zone.
Just above the drop zone, and obviously Alfreton at the other end, just outside the playoffs by a spot.
Yeah,
obviously a couple of games in hand.
Yeah, we've got a game in hand on every team above us, Barclays and Ashton, and quite a few of them we've got 2 games in hand on. So obviously these are the games that you've got to come and pick up points.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
Against the teams that are struggling. If you beat the teams you should beat and you pick up a couple of points against the top teams, you're putting yourself in really good nick for the rest of the season. So that brings us nicely onto score predictions.
It does, and I think. Do you want to lead? You can lead with
lead.
Because you remembered it.
I'm going to put money on a 2-1, only because the last 4 fixtures, there's been 2 draws and 2 wins, and both the wins were 2-1 victories. So
there's logic to it.
History repeat itself. A 2-1 win tonight, please.
I'm gonna go down a similar vein, but I think I'm gonna sit for a clean sheet, and I'll say a 2-0 win, a relatively routine 2-0 win. And yeah, as you say, I'd like to think that these are the sorts of games where you need to be picking up points when you've got the games in hand on the teams above you. Tuesday night is a difficult trip. It's a long trip for the team. But it's probably come as good as a time it can against this sort of opposition, because they're lower down in the table and they have just had a sort of a big turnaround, a lot of change in their side. 3 of their new signings thrown straight into the starting lineup, and the other 2 featuring on the bench. They're missing their captain, their top scorer. And it could be a revolution for them. It could be something that works out brilliantly in the grand scheme of things, and it could start tonight. The reality is we don't know. We don't know, and we will. But the reality is also we will find out if it'll work for Peterborough Sports tonight. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. You're thinking 2-1.
Yeah, well, it's one of them where we've conceded slightly more goals away from home than at home. Obviously, with that amazing home record, we've conceded 5 at home this season and 6 away from home. So statistically, we concede more goals when we're travelling, but we played more games at home as well. I think that's obviously worth mentioning. We've had a long streak of about 5 games in a row at home, or only broken up by, I think, the trip to Kidderminster. And what would have been a trip to Biggleswade but got turned around.
Well, yeah. But technically an away fixture, but we played it at home. So
yeah, so it's one of them where, but they're struggling to score goals at home. 3 goals at home all season. 2 of them coming against Marine, who are one of the few teams beneath Peterborough Sports in the league who have only scored 4 goals all season. So that was obviously, I think, you'd be steady on. you'd be banking on coming here and getting a win, especially. But here come the teams, and we'll go through the team sheets quickly for you. Now, take it away, please.
We will. Hopefully you can hear us over the tannoy, the very enthusiastic tannoy at the moment, but we'll run you through the red side, who are out in their blue, obviously would clash with the Peterborough Sports orange. In goal, as standard, number 1, George Willis. Josh Claxton and Nathan Newell, the fullbacks. At centre-halves, Max Hunt and Adam Anson coming into the side in place of captain Dwayne Wiley. And in the midfield, George Cantrell, who assumes the armband, alongside Harry Perrett, with Liam Waldock in the 10. The standard wingers of Billy Whitehouse and Jed Abbey, either side of Jake Day in that target forward role. The only striker, natural striker you'd say, in the team today. And then on the bench, Billy Fuster, Lewis Salmon, Dwayne Wiley, Ahmed Salam and Jake Askew.
And for the Turbines, number 1, Peter Crook starts in goal. Number 3, Elliot Putman. New captain, Ryan Fryer. Number 4, number 8, William Van Leer. One of the new boys is number 12, Bailey McCann. Number 10 is now new top scorer with Dion Sembi-Ferris' exit. Dan Jarvis with 3 this season. 11 is Kane Felix. 14, Hugh Alden Jones. 16, Osin Gallagher. 24, another one of the new boys, Ben Lomax. And finally, another new boy, Tyler Wint at number 27. And on the bench is Lewis Eslam, Jonathan Bland, Jack Goodman, Max Booth, and the biggest op of them all is Michael Giassi, who obviously not featuring in the starting 11 tonight, but came off the bench in the playoff eliminator against Buxton at the Impact Arena and scored the winning penalty to send us out. So he'll be getting a big boo from us if he comes on tonight.
Well, as the teams line up for kickoff, no change of ends by the looks of it. Peterborough Sports will be shooting from our perspective, right to left, as we sit opposite the dugouts towards the scoreboard. I think will be the kind of tell in terms of the stands. And obviously Alfreton from our left to right, so that's where you will see our heads tilting during this game. We have quite a good view of the pitch. We're very low down, very sort of pitch level. So we'll be seeing a lot of the action close up when it's down Alfreton's right-hand side, Peterborough Sports' left. The referee double-checking with the goalkeepers first, as we are now preparing to get things underway. And he's just delaying things a little bit.
No, I'm pretty sure we had a bit of a quirky stat about the referee.
Is it the 2-2-2-2?
Yep, he has refereed us twice before in a 2-2 draw at home Manchester and a 2-2 draw to Warrington last season, which saw the goalkeeper score a dramatic late header.
Well, there we go. We are underway here. Alfreton immediately going direct towards Jake Day, whose header is one. George Cantrill getting something on to keep it alive. Billy Whitehouse out on this left-hand flank for Alfreton, looking to get across in early doors towards Jake Day. It's going to drop for Waldock on the edge, fakes to shoot, onto his right foot, off the post. And what a start that would have been for Alfreton. Liam Waldock striking from distance, hitting the outside of the post. A man in good form. Yeah, could have added to his tally there.
Fantastic. Liam Waldock in amazing form. I think, what's that, 4 goals in 5 games, was it? Could have been 5 in 6 very, very early on here. A fantastic little touch away from his defender. Kind of sold him a dream, got himself more than a yard of space on the edge of the area, completely unmarked, and he struck it true and really well towards that far corner from the right-hand side of the box, and it just fires off the post and goes out for a goal kick, but a really, really positive start.
There we go. Peter Crook goes long from his goal kick. It's headed away initially by Hunt. Back forward by the Sports, though. Hunt gets there again. Further forward by the Turbines. It's going to run through for Anson. Plays it back to Willis on his line. Volleys that one clear. Looked a little bit uncomfortable for him.
Horrible bobble as it got to his 6-yard area.
Cantrell heads that one into the feet of Day. Looking to poke it through for Jed Abbey, but intercepted. Peterborough Sports looking to come forward to the number 16, Oisin Gallagher. Perrott makes the tackle, and they want a foul for it, but they keep possession at the back. Shifting over to the right-hand side now, just going over the halfway line.
Anderson just heads out. Can you not see because of the pole?
I was going to say, yeah, I was trying to look around the pole.
Yeah, Anderson
ball through to Kane Felix, but
cushions the header out for a throw-in about on the kind of edge where the final third starts for Peterborough.
In front of the Colin Day stand.
I never noticed.
I was going to say, will they see if we have a throw-in weapon as we do? They don't. From that, they go straight down the line and headed out for another throw slightly further forward. Probably about 30, 35 yards from goal. Edging closer to the box, though. And it is right in front of this pole. An eventual clearance from Nathan Newell, it looked like. Headed back forward by Peterborough Sports. Tyler Winters, one of the new boys, looking to make something of it, but then eventually fouling George Cantrill, winning the free kick for his side inside his own half. Willis will come forward to take this one.
I'm trying to think, I don't want to jump, but I remember Tyler Winter playing against us. I want to say it was for Kings Lynn, but I'm not 100% sure.
The name rings a bell then, yeah, have a look. Well, George Willis looking to go long here. Max Hunt adopting a position forward on the right wing. Willis takes. It's over towards Day. Headed it forward, but then away by Peterborough Sports. Looking to release their wide man, but Perrott making sure There's nothing doing there. Sent direct towards Day again.
I tell you where I remember him from. He's come from Spalding United.
Oh, there you go. That would make sense. And Jake Day could be through here. Looks to play it across, squaring it to Billy Whitehouse, who does put the ball in the back of the net, but the linesman's flag was raised very swiftly. As soon as Jake Day got on the end of that, it looked to be offside even from here, as Liam Waldock poked it through after making the challenge, but don't be fooled by any score updates that you get from your betting apps. It is in fact 0-0. The ball has been in the net, but not really by any...
Waiting for it to say 1-0 on my phone. I thought it did there, but it was just our mega messaging me.
Kane Felix looks to be the sort of outlet that Peterborough Sports are trying to go through down this left-hand side. A few times they've tried to play it over the top to him, going direct, but so far Perrett dealing with the danger. Waldock looking to head this one back forward. Gets a second bite at it. And Jake Day chesting it. Cantrell getting his body in front of the play, but Felix now over on the right-hand side, looking to get onto the end of that. Anson does make the clearance, but the linesman's flag's raised. I don't think the referee's seen it. Now he has, and eventually gives the throw to Peterborough Sports. Must be that the clearance from the left foot of Anson went over as it curled back forward up the pitch. And they're going to have to decipher where it went out now. Got the home bench campaigning for it to be slightly further forward, but it is taken pretty much on the halfway line. Diagonal ball sent over this side towards McCann, one of the new signings. He can't quite get onto the end of it, though. Jed Abbey's pressure just enough to put him off.
Yeah, it was good positioning from Jed. His presence, he's in the right area, and even though the ball was hit it was probably almost an inch perfect ball over the head of Jed, perfectly, so he couldn't get it. It obviously stayed in the pitch as well. McCann not high enough up the pitch to get it under control, and just bouncing out for a throw-in.
Well, that throw headed away by Peterborough Sports and kept in by McCann. Felix now getting inside Max Hunt and getting a shot away on his right foot. It's into the side netting at that near post. A warning sign, though, for Alfreton 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's one of them where I can't quite see what's gone down in, but Ken Felix should not be cutting in so easily there, especially against Max Hunt. He's obviously he's running the balls towards the corner, and he's got to shift it inside, and he does so, and he's clearly done very, very well to come inside and get that shot away, but it should not be so easy for him there.
Josh Claxton trying to dummy the ball past McCann following a goal kick from Willis. Fails to do so, though, and it's Gallagher carrying it forward now for the Turbines. Clacky having to track back. Gallagher looking to go inside towards Felix, but it's picked off by Anson and eventually out for an often throw right in front of us just before sort of halfway.
Yeah, well, you talk about losing Adam Lund's long throw, but Clacky is not a bad backup, is he?
No, not at all.
The ball flies over us and down the line.
Looking for Day, eventually cleared out by the number 3, Putman, just out for another throw. Slightly further forward, inside the Peterborough Sports half. Clacky looking to go down the line towards Day once more. It's headed away only as far as Claxton, though. His first touch doesn't allow him to get the cross in, but he battles for it. Does eventually get the cross in. It's towards Day, headed on. Waldock looking to get there. Outside the area now on the far side. Comes back to Perrett. 1-2 back with Waldock. Tries to go down the line to Whitehouse, but he was coming back to receive it short, and the ball will roll out for a throw for the hosts.
Yeah, just didn't scan there, Waldock. I think he wanted to play it kind of down the line to Whitehouse, and he'd come short to get it to his feet. We know Whitehouse likes to receive the ball to feet and kind of stand up his man and weave in and out and try and find a way to get across him, whether that's on his left foot or on his right foot. So a little bit of miscommunication there.
I was going to say he kind of pulled away from Ben Lomax, the fullback, initially to try and receive that ball, but it just seemed that, as you say, Liam Waldock wasn't quite on the same wavelength and played it as if he'd made the run in behind. The host looking to come forward here through Gallagher. It's played over to the right-hand side towards Dan Jarvis, but it won't reach him. Trickles out for a goal kick. What are we getting the error for?
No, it's fine. It just
was dropping quality.
We're not in HD.
No, that is a shame. Out completely though. Like Friday night.
One of us does the tech. Not in like high def.
That's all right, as long as we're staying live.
Well, you had to bloody jinx it, didn't you?
Well, we're still fine, aren't we? No, we're not.
We've got no data.
Well, brilliant. We'll continue anyway. Clacky going back to Willis.
It's coming back. There you go.
Sending it long. Aimed at Day. Tries to get something on it. He can't quite reach it, though. Interception comes in from Elliot Putman. Peterborough Sports now playing the ball around at the back before sending the diagonal pass over towards McCann, up against Claxton. Looks to knock it round him, but Harry Perrott comes in to deal with the situation. It looked like McCann had beat Clacky there, and Perrott coming over just to rescue his fullback. Sending it out of the ground, but for a throw. Looks like it'll be Putman to take it. Obviously, new ball required, as that ball, I don't think, is might have landed in Cambridge.
Maybe.
Throw taken inside towards Gallagher. It's rebounded back to the Peterborough sportsman. It's Putman back on the left-hand side into Alan Jones. He's forced back to Captain Fryer. They look to shift it from left to right. Now coming back across the halfway line. Billy Whitehouse tracking back, putting in some defensive work. Cross comes in from deep on the right-hand side, going towards the back post, but just over the crossbar. Nothing for George Willis to worry about. He knew pretty early that he wasn't going to be troubled by that one. I think it was probably going to be aimed at the on-rushing McCann, who was peeling in at the back post. Felix an option as well, but it sails out of play, out for a goal kick, which Willis will take shortly. Well, maybe not, knowing him.
Knowing Willis, the run it, Pele of time wasting.
The Pele of time wasting, according to the Bulldogs blog. You go, Willis sending it long towards Cantrell this time, who said it is one. Kept in play, and Liam Waldock penalised for a high foot as he tried to bring that one down. Looked like he might have pulled out of it, but slightly too late for the referee to show any leniency. And the free kick is awarded to Peterborough Sports.
Yeah, he can have no quarrel there, really. His foot's really, really high. And although the Peterborough player does kind of move his head down towards the ball slightly, it is at a point where he has every right to go for it with his head. And Waldock, who was stretching, just trying to kind of poke the ball to Jake Day, penalised. Nothing too serious, though. I think you're right, he did pull out of it.
Well, Peter Crook beckoned forward to take this free kick. Going long towards Gallagher. Headed away initially by Alfreton, but it's back with the Turbines. Fright looking to spray it out. Well, it's a good ball, actually, into the feet of the number 10.
And he's the one to watch, Dan Jarvis, with the goals this season.
Shifted out towards the right-hand side. Nathan Newell brings down his man. It will be a free kick to Peterborough Sports near the corner flag. Sort of between there, the corner quadrant in the sort of side of the box.
Right on advertising board.
There we go. McCann heading over from the left to be a potential taker on his left foot.
Yeah, I think you're looking
but
at
it's taken quickly. Referee not happy with it, though.
I think you're looking at the box here, and Gallagher's got to be the one to watch. He's a big unit.
I was going to say he's probably the one with the height, but that's why we're seeing Max Hunt kind of nearest him, I think, in the marking. Looks like it will be McCann on his left foot to take it.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for the hosts.
One arm raised, ball sent into the box, drilled, headed away by Max Hunt practically on the line. And it curls out for a corner. So a similar delivery, you'd imagine,
yeah,
if McCann were to take.
A lot of power, a lot of whip on that ball into the box from McCann, and they're the worst ones to deal with for a keeper as well. When they come in hard and fast, you know, especially with a lot of spin on as well, when they're coming from that kind of run-up where he should come on it from a slight angle as well. Yeah. So it probably would have ended up in Willis's hands, but good defending from Hunt.
Well, McCann's corner headed away at the near post by Josh Claxton.
Yeah, hit it with a lot of whip again, but didn't quite get a level of height on it that could get it past that first man, made it very easy to deal with.
I was going to say, that sort of delivery, pretty much a carbon copy from the free kick, and obviously from the free kick it works slightly better. He's a better angle to kind of get it up and down
when you're on
into
a
the
free
goal
kick,
mouth.
Obviously, the defence have to be mindful of, they can play the attackers offside and they won't stand right on top of the keeper. So that kind of whipped ball into that area between the goalkeeper and his defensive line is really dangerous. But you don't get that from a corner, which means it's got to be inch perfect.
And in that case, it wasn't Josh Claxton getting there to clear it away. Kane Felix chasing this loose ball down. Max Hunt covering and winning the ball, but having to poke it out for... No, it'll be an Alfreton throw. It's played off of Felix. It looked like it might have been Hunt that got the last touch, but the linesman rules otherwise. Looks like it'll be... Is that Newell or is that Perrott taking it? The far side.
That's Perrott taking it.
Yeah, Perrott in his long sleeves. Willis coming forward just to provide an option for himself. But Perrott's throw down the line had a decent amount of distance on it. Jed Abbey turning this one round the corner for Claxton. He tries to go down the line towards Waldock. Might just about stay in play. Waldock having to stretch to keep it in, but straight back into the possession of Peterborough Sports. Sent directly down this left flank for them. Claxton heading it back. McCann picking it up though. He seems to be seeing a lot of the ball as he pokes the ball out wide with the outside of his foot. It's a great pass. Cross sent in immediately first time, but George Willis able to claim that one to his chest.
Willis watches it really well there as well, because that ball bounced up just before it reached him, and we saw earlier on in this game when that ball come to him and it just bobbled up before it got to him from the pass back and he had to volley it out almost. That could happen there when that ball bounces just before it reaches him, but I think you're right, Bailey McCann, who has been kind of pulling all the strings for Peterborough, he's definitely making a positive impact since he's one of the new boys tonight.
Seems to just be, yeah, everything seems to be sort of going through him, even from this kind of left-hand side, operating defensively at times too, but he's the one on the set pieces, he's getting on the ball, playing those passes through the back line. So yeah, I reckon he's probably, so far, at least the one to watch for the home side. It's Peterborough Sports playing some triangles around and then hitting it direct over, but this one runs straight through to George Willis. Apparently our sound keeps cutting out, which is not ideal. But I'm assuming that's when the stream cuts out as well. Yeah. I don't actually know. Unless it's just me.
Yeah, we're working off mobile data again tonight, so...
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's not too bad, though.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I might ramp my volume up just one tick. Back up from the happy medium. If I remember which one I am, I'm going to reach down and have a quick...
This is going to look crazy.
Yeah. Okay, no, I'm now like, it's almost deafeningly loud, but I'll see if that makes any improvement.
It's just a scream in the mic.
No, I should be at least louder now, so I'll have to move it away.
Opportunity for a long throw-in, by the way. Harry Perrott is going to try and recreate. No, he's not. He's going short.
Goes short to Josh Claxton, who will hit the ball into the box from the left-hand side. Headed on by Peterborough Sports, but caught by the goalkeeper. Thrown immediately long all the way into the Alfreton half. Brought down and knocked through for McCann. Waldock tracking back to put in a challenge. Referee deems it fair. Out for a throw.
Yeah, both have gone to play the ball. I think Waldock kind of had a hand surely that might have kind of wrapped around McCann as he twisted his body to clear the ball, but it went straight out for a Peterborough throw-in, and the referee saw no reason to penalise the Alfreton midfielder.
Well, the throw-in goes short to the number 3 Putman. Thinks about going down the line, and eventually he does. Bit of a battle between Perrott and Dan Jarvis, and eventually it rolls out for another Peterborough Sports throw. Taken quickly this time. Putman looking to make something of it up against Claxton. And eventually the number 2 back with the Peterborough Sports goalkeeper now, Crook. Sending it down to the right-hand side, headed initially by Newell, but back forward. Anson getting something on that one to clear. And Nathan Newell trying to swipe a volley there, but it's blocked and out for an Alfreton throw just inside their own half. On the far side from our perspective, just in front of the dugout.
It's near our bus.
It is. It's just in front of the coach. And it looks like Perrott assuming the long throw duties on the left-hand side, at least for now. And this one headed forward. Peterborough Sports coming forward. Advantage played by the referee McCann up against Cantrill. Gets his body in front of the ball. And the referee deems McCann to have got a little bit too physical with the stand-in captain, George Cantrell, who wins himself a free kick just on the corner of George Willis's area. I think he's done well there to get his body in front, and then obviously goes down under the challenge. Referee awards the free kick. Good defending from the midfielder.
He's kind of grabbed the back of Cantrell's shirt, hasn't he? And it's easy enough for him to go down there, isn't it? It's
yeah.
The pull was very, very obvious, especially from where we were sat, so he was always going to get the free kick. I think the advantage was played because Clacky kind of left 2 hands in the back of Jarvis.
Yeah. But the referee rightly played advantage. The advantage was there for the hosts, but eventually nothing coming of it. Willis's free kick sent direct, won by Peterborough Sports initially, but the ball now with Whitehouse. He goes back to Newell. Back down the left flank first time into the feet of Wooldock. Looking to wriggle away from his man and play it back, but intercepted by a combination of Peterborough Sports players now with Kane Felix. Looking to get away from Anson. And eventually he goes out wide to McCann. Sent down the line back looking for Felix, but Max Hunt picks that one off, lays it back for Willis, who clears well. Up towards Day. Alvin Jones going down under the challenge of Day, wanting a free kick. Referee uninterested. Yeah, and that one runs through for Willis.
Well, I mean, Day's backing up to get underneath the ball, and he just hit the deck. He just jumped on floor.
Willis trying to send it over to Claxton.
Offside.
McCann eventually getting it from Felix. No flag from the linesman. Claxton tracking back. McCann's got time to pick a pass back out to Jarvis. It's a 1-2 back with McCann. Goes in field to Gallagher. Putman now. Forced backwards now with the captain Fryatt.
Willis fortunate to get away with that one there.
I was going to say Fryatt's pass. Looking for Alban Jones. He thought it was meant for somebody else, and eventually him and Gallagher both leave it, and it's out for a Reds throw.
Yeah, it was one of them where Willis's throw is way too far in front of Clacky, and it's just easy for them to intercept and get onto the front foot. But Peter are playing with a lot of energy after that early chance from Waldorf that fired off the post. They've brought a lot of energy and desire to this game, and they are clearly going to make our lives as difficult as possible on this cold Tuesday evening.
Well, Jake Day with a unorthodox attempt at bringing that one down, as I can only describe it as he's gone up to head it and he realised he wasn't going to reach it, and he has just punched the ball. And the referee's given a handball straight away.
His goalkeeping's kicked back in is what it is.
From that warm-up a while ago.
He used to be a goalkeeper.
Well, there you go.
His instincts have kicked in. He's gone up to header it and he's just caught it away. He's put his left hand up and just punched ball.
Well, it's an interesting attempt at taking it down. No booking from the referee for I think it's safe to say, deliberate handball from the Alfreton number 9, but that free kick by Crooks sent long, headed away by Cantrell. Back forward. Away again by Anson. Bit of head tennis in the midfield as Kane Felix looks to put an end to it, but Adam Anson gets a clearance on and hits the bus. Out for a Peterborough Sports throw.
Yeah, Lionel was just catching pelters from the fans to our left as
well. Not booking him.
We're not booking him. Lionel, you should have booked him, mate. Hit your cards out.
Please don't book him, because if he ends up getting sent off, he is the only natural striker, I think it's safe to say, in the Alfreton squad in the absence of David Moyo at the moment. I suppose Salmon might end up having to do a job up there if that was the case.
To be honest, I'd put Jed there if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, a bit of height for those long balls. Or maybe just Max Hunt.
Yeah, whack him up
just
there.
get the physicality up there.
Or we can put this new signing in. We've got Max Hunter. Play him up front.
If we go per the team sheet, Max Hunter. Not sure if he bears any relation to Alex, but he might be a prolific goal scorer if that's the case. Jed Abbey getting that one clear. Getting Alfreton's back line a break. Day trying to bring it down, and Fryatt forced to put it out for a throw.
Fantastic use of his body there, Jake Day. Left arm across his man. He's never, ever going to win that header, but he's just got his body right across his man, and all they can do is kind of get a knee on it, and we all know the knee is not the most cushioning part of the body, and it's fired straight out for a throw, and it's a good area.
I was going to say.
It'd be a fantastic area for Adam Lund, obviously not in the squad tonight, but Perrott is going to do his best Adam Lund impression.
We shall be the judges of that. It's sent long. pretty flat into the area, headed away at the near post.
It's not a bad effort.
Not bad at all, no.
He's kind of missed Hunt is the issue. He's got it over Max Hunt.
Nice little Cruyff turn from McCann to lay it back off to his centre-half. Cleared away.
Fantastic touch from Felix.
Picking it up from Nathan Newell, who eventually makes amends and puts in a tackle. Alfreton might not have time to recollect their shape. I think they will. Nathan Newell now reassumes his position on the left of the defence. Peterborough Sports' throw going inside. Liam Waldock making the interception. Fright heading it back forward. Alban Jones taking no chances and a good knockback.
Yeah, very composed.
To the fellow centre-half, new signing Ben Lomax. Out on the right-hand flank, though. Cut inside, trying to slip through the number 10, Dan Jarvis. Anson cleverly leaving that one. Trickles out for a George Willis goal kick.
Yeah, I think it was William Van Leer out on the far side, who looks like a bright spark on the ball, running at the Alfreton defence. A couple of little drops to the shoulders. Looks like he's ready to take players on, but his kind of slip through was too heavy and easy enough for the defence to just kind of watch trickle out.
Yeah, didn't really have to fight off any oncoming attackers. It was just a case of making sure they didn't touch the ball as it rolled out. And Willis's goal kick aimed at Day, and once again out for an Alfreton throw in the kind of, you know, in that sort of balance between the midfield and the final third. Perrott going over to take. Interestingly enough, I thought Claxton would be the one to take it on the right-hand side, because we've seen him sending the ones down the line.
I think his are a bit more forward, though. Perrott seems to
yeah,
come with a bit more power.
Free kick.
I thought that was a good challenge, but
yeah, Jake Day penalised for using too much of his body that time as he tried to take that ball down. Again, no booking from the referee just so far, but I think he might have to be careful now because that's his second caution.
Yeah, well, you could see the look on his face when he handballed that first one, and that was the look of like, what on earth have I done? Why have I done that? he looked so confused with himself as he'd done that.
I think he tried to retract his arm very quickly to sort of make it look unintentional, but I don't think there was any blank out of that one. Nathan Newell putting a foot in on the Peterborough Sports wide man. Tyler Winter. Oh, eventually Newell playing it off him for a goal kick. He's done well there.
Fantastic use of strength as well from Nathan Newell there, using his right shoulder just to kind of knock Winter off the ball and, you know, give himself a bit of time to kind of position his body and just boot it off him for it to go out for a goal kick. What, 26 minutes into this game and nothing to write home about other than that Liam Waldock chance within the first 30 to 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, a fantastic chance for those of us who have joined after the start of the game. I mean, we took kick off a long ball, a bit of ping pong in the final third, and it fell to Liam Waldock. Fantastic first touch to make himself so much space on the edge of the box. He had time and he looked to find the far corner from the right hand side, and it just fired off the post. But since then, nothing of too much interest in an attacking sense. Just
no, I don't think it would be too critical to say that outside of that, there's really not been much threat from Alfreton since that early chance from Liam Waldock striking the post. There's been a couple of balls sent into the box, but none brought down. No shots followed in. And yeah, I think it's fair to say Peterborough Sports probably, since that opportunity, have looked the more threatening side here. A lot of it coming through this man on the ball now, McCann. Cantrell putting in a firm challenge, but Peterborough Sports come away with it, and eventually
he might get a booking there. He might
Cantrell,
get a booking for that.
Slightly cynical challenge on McCann as he looked to get away and recover. Sliding in, the ball had gone.
It's a warning.
And the referee's calling him over, and I think it will be just a warning as it's his first foul, but that's most certainly, I imagine, a stern word. If that happens again, he's going into the book.
Yeah, it's just a really, really strong challenge from Cantrell in the initial 50-50. McCann comes out the victor though, and Cantrell last ditch kind of goes to throw in that slide tackle to stop them progressing.
Gallagher's delivery sent into the box, looked to be flicked on by Cantrell, but Willis prevents the corner and looks to go long quickly and release Whitehouse. And he got something on that. It looked like it might trickle through for Abbey, but clearance comes in from Putman, and Newell lets it run for a throw. Perrett striding over one just in front of the home dugout.
I feel like at this point last Friday against Notts County, we'd had more chances than we have in this game.
That is probably fair. That one flicked on by Jake Day from the throw. A few calls for another foul on the number 9, but the referee not interested this time as Day dropping deep, laying this one back off to Max Hunt. He goes direct himself.
Fantastic ball.
Looking for Jed Abbey. Taking it down. He's got 2 men on him. McCann tracking back to put in a challenge, but it will go out for a throw. Claxton picks it up, but I think he may leave it for Perrett. Although he doesn't look to be budging. No, he is now. He hands it over to the number 12, Harry Perrett.
I don't think it's a case of Claxton can't do it, but he needs to be back. He's not. You know, it's not like you're missing him in the box, but you need someone to stay back, and he's one of the smaller lads.
Yeah, Nathan Newell going slightly further forward. The throw going short this time into the feet of Abbey. Perrett sending the cross in first time, headed by Jake Day. It's powerful, but he can't quite get the direction he desired. Over the bar, out for a goal kick.
Yeah, up really well there as well, Jake. Turns it towards goal excellently, but it's one of them ones where he's kind of headed it up and he needs to header it down. He needs to get above the ball, which is really hard to do, but it's a fantastic ball in from Perrett. It's whipped and it's kind of flat across that kind of area you would want it in the air, and it holds its position, but it's unfortunate from Jake Day. It's one of them ones where it's really, really hard to, you know, turn onto the target.
A tricky one to direct, but nonetheless a good delivery. And the only real chance that we've seen from Alfreton since that Waldock shot from outside the box about 30 seconds in. So hopefully a swing in the pendulum in terms of the momentum. Peterborough Sports winning themselves a throw-in bang on the halfway line.
Yeah,
following that goal kick.
I think this is one of them ones where it's a horrible place to come on a Tuesday evening. I mean, if there's any team you don't want to play on a Tuesday evening, they'd probably be up there on our list, definitely. And a lot of other teams' lists, they're going to make it difficult. They're going to scrap. I mean, the new lad in tonight, Billy McCann, he has been probably the best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's an opposition player, but he's been fantastic, and he is consistently driving Peterborough forward, and he's been really, really bright on the ball. He's linking up a lot between the defence and the attack, and you know, the midfield and the attack. He's been fantastic so far. So I think he has been the difference maker. I think you take him out of the equation, and Peterborough will have no momentum because everything has gone through him one way or another.
Well, Peterborough Sports slowly creeping their way up that right flank with a succession of throw-ins. This one taken quickly and backwards. Look to play across the midfield. It's a loose one, but picked up by Putman into the feet of Felix. Cantrell putting a foot in, firing it into Abbey. Claxton eventually clearing it, sending it long. Whitehouse gambling, but Fright gets there ahead of him. Nathan Newell looking to clip one over the top. Billy Whitehouse giving Fright something to think about. He eventually turns his clearance down the line and out for a throw, but good work from the wide man, earning his side a throw in an advanced position.
Yeah, and the work from Nathan Newell can't go unnoticed either. They're stepping into the midfield there to pick up the loose ball and send it over the top, give Billy Whitehouse something to chase. That's really, really intelligent play from Newell to make that decision. Usually sticks fairly wide, hugs the byline, you know, on that left-hand side in possession, but yeah, does really well, and he comes short to get this throw in now. Receives
it from Perrett, but his touch lets him down. Peterborough Sports clearing that one away through Dan Jarvis. Claxton has time on it though. Opts to go back to Willis. Takes the touch out to the right-hand side to better his angle. Sending it long towards Day. Chested down, but not into the feet of an Alfreton player.
I don't think it was his chest. I think he brought it down with his mush.
Sort of his neck at the same time.
Looked like it come right off his chops, and as he kind of cushioned it down. Didn't look comfortable. We'll put it that way.
No. The clearance eventually ran through to Willis, and Claxton wanted that one, but he opted to go to the left-hand side. Kept in by the Sports, but Nathan Newell directing his long ball up towards Jake Day, who brings it down. Looks to turn on it. And it also looked to be brought down. Looked to have his legs taken out from underneath him, but the referee waves away any appeals.
Sorry. Get in.
And Alfreton Town have themselves a throw just beyond the away dugout inside the Peterborough Sports half by a couple of yards on the left-hand side. Perrett to take.
I think he's just going to once again look down the line for...
Yeah, Jake Day's up there.
Why do we... There's one of them ones, isn't it, where we say Jake Day's full name, but we only ever say Cantrell. Same with Max Hunt.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Billy Whitehouse as well. I'm Billy Feaster, but I suppose it's...
Two Billies, isn't it? They're quick names to say.
Oh, fantastic work from Whitehouse.
Yes, go!
Oh, Liam
my
Waldock.
God. Oh, he's hit a fan on the head.
Liam Waldock misses the goal and
Oh, he's hit an old lady.
performs GBH in the process on an elderly person stood behind the goal. But again, another big chance. Great work from Billy Whitehouse
Oh, he's hit her right in the head.
on that left-hand side as he jinked inside of his man, got to the byline, put the cross in towards Waldock. It was fired across the face of goal. And Waldock sort of got his foot on it. It was slightly high, he had to kind of raise his leg. Didn't quite manage to keep it down, and as it went wide of the goal, striking a spectator behind the goal.
She looks okay. She seems to be carrying on watching the game now.
Peterborough sports keeper Peter Crook checked on her, and I think she's all good. But
Not that Liam was too worried about her. All he did was laugh.
no, Waldock was getting back in position, wasting no time.
I'm on the wind-up, Liam. I'm on the wind-up.
There we go. It's another chance for the Reds, as we were critical about 25 minutes in of no chances since that Waldock post hit about 30 seconds in, but since then we've seen a Jake Day header narrowly go wide, and Liam Waldock not too long afterwards a good opportunity gone a miss.
Yeah, it's fantastic from Billy Whitehouse. I don't know if you were saying, I was too busy watching this. That one was all right, but
I mentioned it, but
the move between the legs, he's kind of flicked it through the defender's legs right in the corner. It's almost making a chance out of nothing, because you see him in that corner and you think, oh, he's a bit stuck, and where's he going to go? Slips it through the defender's legs. Fantastic outside the foot Trevella cross into the area, and it just glances across the area. Waldock there, but he can't quite get the direction, just comes off his foot in an obscure way, and he just kind of spoons it wide.
yeah, it's one of those ones where it's come at him at sort of like hip height, so he's had to jump to volley it.
Yeah,
And it's one of them, do you header it, do you go with your feet? He opted to go with his right foot.
it's a harder chance than it looks.
Yeah,
is the point.
it was from close range, but it's a difficult one to keep on target and then score. But nonetheless, Alfreton looking to go again. Perrett sends his throw down the line, it's flicked on, falling to the feet of Jake Day, who shoots from outside the area.
Oh, fantastic strike, Jake
goodness
Day.
me. Jake Day, it looked like it might have gone wide, but it has hit the back of the net. Jake Day celebrates that one. It's a fantastic strike. He takes it down from outside the area. He was there to latch onto the loose ball, brings it inside sort of towards the corner of the D, and he just shoots. It kind of goes inside of the defender. It looked like it might get blocked, but he beats the goalkeeper, and it bounced straight out of the net to the point where it looked like it had just sort of hit the fence behind the goal from our angle, but into the back of the net it went, and Alfreton lead 1-0.
Yeah, unbelievable. Fantastic.
Sublime.
Yeah, sublime effort from Jake Day, the way he's kind of set it's perfectly on his right foot on the edge of the area, and he takes one touch inside to kind of open up options to go for that far corner, but instead he does something really clever. It's a really high-level thing. I think I remember watching a documentary about how this is like Harry Kane's move, where he opens his body out where he can almost aim for the far corner, and the goalkeeper steps towards the far corner first, but instead he just wraps his foot around it and drags it to that near side, and it goes right into the bottom corner. But it's really nice to see from Jake as well. It's a level of confidence he maybe didn't have at the start of the season when he was out with the team, but since he's come in, he must be giving Billy Heath an absolute headache because he has been, these last couple of weeks, he kind of had a spell into the team when we first started coming and commentating on the games again this season, and then Moyo seemed to have the nod, but
Yeah.
the games that Jake Day has played in, he has been fantastic. I mean, everything to the way he's bringing the ball down. It's almost like he's taken a leaf out of Moyo's book in the way he gets under the ball now. And that strike as well is a credit to the work he's done this season, as well as a player since he's come in, because not only is he pivotal to the link-up play of bringing the ball down and being what the Notts County centre-half described him as, the massive lump up front.
Yeah, that was words from Lucas Ness on BBC Radio Nottingham.
But yeah, fantastic there. Opens his body out, finds the near corner.
Not a bad strike for a big lump, is it?
Not a bad strike for a big lump. Liam's pulling out all the lines tonight. Do you want this, mate? George Cantrell giving away a free kick in the middle.
I was going to say, yeah, we'll snap back to the game. But, yeah, what a strike from Jake Day from distance, getting his 4th of the season. He's only his 2nd in the league. But as you say, had that kind of spell out of the team, kept out by Moyo. And there was times where, you know, even after Jake Day got his brace against Biggleswade, Moyo was coming off the bench for him and then, you know, provided that assist against Chorley most notably. But since then, Jake Day grabbed the, not the winner, but the goal that turned the game around against Rushall, and then scoring again tonight in superb fashion. And I mean, he's got, I don't know what's gotten into him.
He's in free flow. He's just brought the down and flicked it over someone's head and carried on playing. It's a fantastic ball outside as well.
I want to know what he's had for breakfast.
Tina said, stop, we'll have the biggest head. Don't be telling him, Tina. Don't be telling him that we're flattering him so much.
Don't worry, because he has just given away a foul on the edge of the Peterborough Sports area.
What are you doing?
Peter Crook sending this one long over to the left-hand side. Newell faking that one, letting it run out for a throw. But yeah, 5 minutes of normal time to go now in the half. And if you are just joining us, Alfreton Town have the lead. And I think we kind of called it after that Jake Day his header opportunity about 10 minutes ago.
Pendulum swing. I meant to bring that up before he scored. I thought next time there's a break in play, I'll bring that up, and then we scored.
There you go. Yeah, the momentum swung away from the hosts and for us, the visitors. And we've made it count. Deadlock broken. Day on the score sheet. Waldock looking to flick this one on for Abbey. He tries to get it around the corner. Claxton will pick it up in space. He's got Jake Day peeling into the area. Goes wide to Waldock. Back at the feet of Claxton. About 30 yards from goal. Waldock trying to flick it around the corner. Putman there to bring it forward for the hosts. Waldock putting a foot in and eventually winning his side a throw, despite the protestations
Clacky let that go
of
out.
Claxton. I was going to say, I think he let it go because he thought it was going to be an Alfreton throw, but linesman and the referee disagree. It's going to be Putman to take. Goes down the line. Max Hunt getting a header away. McCann trying to flick it around the corner, maybe off of Jed Abbey, but just knocks it out for a throw. And he's been, I mean, since we complimented him, pretty much ineffective, locked down by a combination of Jed Abbey and Josh Claxton down this left-hand side. He's not seen much of the ball, but then again, neither's anybody really for the hosts since that momentum shift.
We were saying everything's been going through. When we talk about this momentum shift, like Peterborough on top, and I think they had that one big chance through Cade Felix as he cut inside, but hang on, we'll
interrupts as Jed Abbey plays it inside to Waldock, now out to Nathan Newell. Had the ball on the edge of the area. Cross now comes in from deep from Newell towards Abbey, headed down into the box. Fright gets his head on it. Waldock trying to bring it down. He tries to lay it to the edge of the box for Whitehouse, but Peterborough Sports now come away with it through Jarvis. And he checks back to Putman. Yeah, go on.
I was saying, that big chance for Kane Felix for Peterborough, but other than that, they didn't really have a chance. I mean, they looked positive and they looked like they were going to make something happen, and that was largely due to the efforts of McCann, but nothing really ever happened for them in that sense. Then they didn't really have another chance, not another shot on goal. So, you know, we say momentum swing. It's George Cantrell into a corner. We talk.
He's done really well there.
Yeah.
Jed Abbey kind of clipped it down the line for him. He was just sort of running into that space. The defender was ahead of him, but it didn't quite have, the pass didn't have enough on it for it to run out for a goal kick, so he had to keep it in, try and win the goal kick, and George Cantrell putting his foot in, winning his side a corner. Could be a chance for Alfreton to add a second in this first half.
Yeah.
Anson, Hunt loading the box, looking to be crowding the goalkeeper with Abbey and Jake Day.
Yeah, some big boys in there. Chance to maybe double the lead.
Whitehouse takes. It's towards Perrott, who was arriving late, but that one turned over the crossbar. You could see the idea.
Yeah.
Stick all the big men on the goalkeeper, but then go to the edge of the area. But Perrott's arrival met with the shot over the crossbar out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it needed to come along the floor for him, really, and it bounced just before it got to him. And that means he had to, like, leap up into the air to try and turn it towards goal to get his foot onto it in a comfortable way. And he, as he's come up, obviously he's knocking the ball up as well, and it never comes down. And just up and over the bar, never really troubled the keeper.
No, Crook sends it long. Cleared away well from Jake Day, nearly bringing that one down. It's going to drop for Nathan Newell on the left-hand side, bringing it over the halfway line. He looks to play it inside, but headed away, and
Felix,
Nathan Newell, sending Kane Felix tumbling over the top of him, out for an Alfreton throw.
Kane obviously throwing his body to try and get something on that, and Newell just kind of moves out of his way, and he tumbles over the back of Newell. And It'll be a throw-in. Perrott again to take.
Sent down the line towards Day, but headed away. It's going to run straight back out for another throw, though, about 10 yards further forward than the original one. Perrott will look to take this one once again. We're not seeing Anson go forward, but Max Hunt is sort of on the corner of that box. He thinks Perrott can reach him. Jake Day in a similar vicinity as well. Perrott going long, flicked on by Hunt into the feet of Abbey. Will it drop for an Alfreton man? Doesn't look like it, and it is cleared away by Peterborough Sports. Only as far Claxton on the halfway line, hacking that one back forward. Didn't have much time to think about it. Out for another Alfreton throw in, a very similar to the position we just saw Perrott take one from. About 30 seconds left of normal time until we see the additional time board go up. Perrott taking a bigger run up here.
Yeah, his throw-ins have been good. They must have practiced them on Tuesday.
And there we go, in it goes.
Oh, it is Tuesday.
Flicked in by Max Hunt, but cleared away by the hosts. Out for yet another throw. Alfreton going to look to keep the pressure on. And we are seeing the fourth official now playing around with the board.
Yeah, it should go up in a couple of seconds. As we we're ticked over 45 now on the big scoreboard.
That Perrott throw, slightly too much on it actually for Max Hunt to get on the end of, and it bounces out.
Boys are underestimating him.
For a goal kick. And the board is flashing some numbers. It looks to be 1 minute of additional time in this first half. Alfreton will look to take this 1 goal lead into the break, and I think it's one they'll be happy with.
Well, we're already about 30 seconds into that minute.
We'll see if the referee adds any on, but Peter Crook going long from his goal kick, headed away by Newell. Fright sending it back to his goalkeeper. To go for Peterborough Sports to find an equaliser in this first 45. Headed away by Anson. Cleared away right up into the sky by Newell. Jake Day trying to bring it down with his feet. Fights off 3 men to keep the ball, and Perrott keeps it alive. Waldock going down the line for Abbey, but that one is going to run out of play.
He's going to blow his whistle.
And there we go. That is half-time. Alfreton Town with a 1-0 lead at the break. Good work from the visitors to get back into the game. I was going to say they had the momentum from, well, didn't have the momentum, sorry, from after the first sort of minute. It was all Peterborough Sports. They were having chances. It looked like McCann running the show. A few set pieces going into the box. Kane Felix having an opportunity. But then a couple of balls into the box from Alfreton, making chances for Day and Perrott alike. And eventually the pressure told. Jake Day firing in from outside the box, earning Alfreton Town a lead, which they've held on to up until the half.
Yeah, fantastic stuff as well. I mean, it could have been 2 or 3 if you think about the 2 Waldock chances. One fires off the post inside the first 30 seconds, and the second where it glances across, and he could have turned it in, but it just kind of miscues off his foot and goes wide. So, I mean, this game is definitely still wide open. Peterborough Sports have played with a lot of energy in that first half, and I've been really impressed with what they've brought. They've definitely not made it easy in this first 45, but
not at all.
We'll see what the second 45 have in store after the break. We'll take a routine 15-minute little kind of jinx and natter break, and we'll see you all in the second half.
There we go. Welcome back. If the stream is working, fingers crossed. We'll let the tannoy speak first whilst we try and ascertain if this is... I mean, the timer's still going up, so I would like to think we are all good. It's just giving us the silly little error message. Give us the picture, please.
It should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine.
I've got full bars. Oh, the frame rate drops low. I mean, we've not started again yet anyway.
No, we'll give it a couple of minutes. So we may be live right now, but we're gonna run on the impression that we're not, and then once we get our picture back, we will properly get back underway. Jake Askew needs to get off the pitch. Warm-up's over, mate. You checking it on your phone?
Yeah, I got 4 bars, so... Oh, here we are. We're up.
Oh, there we go.
Once again, forward start, 50-50.
Have another look.
01285 for 69
Come
pound.
on. Oh, it's dropping in and out, isn't it?
Yeah, give it a...
I was going to say, I'll just restart when the half starts. Sounds okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll just run from it.
No
so
changes in either side.
we are back underway, or we're about to be back underway for the second half of Alfreton versus Peterbrough Sports, the away trip this Tuesday night. If you are just joining us, Alfreton Town lead by a 1-0 through Jake Day. Fantastic strike from outside the box, and the referee blows his whistle. Things are back underway for the second half here. Peterborough Sports now shooting from our left to right. Alfreton obviously going the opposite direction. They've got some fans, Peterborough Sports, behind that goal now. They've migrated ends, got the flags up, as is standard practice here in the league. Nathan Newell trying to work hard to dispossess Van Leer, but he wins himself a throw. And we are trying to get the picture back. Kind of unsure what the deal is with that, but bear with us. Unless it is back and it's just not showing us. But
yeah, it's just that the connection's not great right now, but it was bad at the start of the first half, and then it's fine.
Got better, yeah. People going off their phones at half-time hopefully will make the signal slightly better. But yeah, you may have heard it over the PA, but doesn't look to be either changes for either side at the break. Both teams keeping the same 11. Alfreton Town, no need to make a change, really, I don't think.
No,
And Peterborough Sports with a bunch of new lads, probably giving them their fair chance to put their skills on display before they're hooked. Alfreton Town have themselves a deep throw. I think we're waiting for a ball. Harry Perrett's come over to this left-hand side to take the throw to go down the line.
Doubled up on Jake Day, Peterborough.
Forward it goes. Jake Day gets a little something on it. Cantrell trying to keep it alive. Eventually dispossessed, though. Jarvis. Ball clipped into the feet of the 27 Winters. Getting away from Newell, but eventually Jarvis can't do much with his pass. Jake Day trying to get on top of the captain, Fryer. Knocked back to the goalkeeper, though. Crook clears. Anson getting his head to it well. Inside to Waldock. He tries to flick it around the corner for Day, but it was an ambitious one. Fryer gets that one clear with his head relatively easily. Ball back with Claxton, though. Clipped down the line on the right-hand side towards Jed Abbey. Headed away by the Peterborough Sports defender. It's back with Jed Abbey.
Just keep going.
We'll keep going.
Sounds fine. It's just the
Bailey McCann stepping in to win it back. Oh, we have picture, but I'm dead or something. I'm not there. Oh no, it's the start. What is going on? We don't know, but we'll just continue and hope it gets better, unless the webcams... No, because it come back on OBS, didn't it? Billy Whitehouse laying this one out to the left-hand flank for Nathan Newell as he looks to drive forward ahead of Van Leer. Keeps it in play, the full-back. His cross delivered in towards the feet of Whitehouse. Tries to bring it down. Might still be there for him as he fires it across the face of goal towards Jake Day. Nothing he could really do about it. Cantrell trying to head the clearance back into the box, but eventually completely away out to the halfway line. Heads it into the feet of Perry. Good start to the second half for Alfreton, and a positive one, getting into attacking positions very early on. Nathan Newell getting forward.
I'm just going to refresh.
Go for it. Nathan Newell overlapping, putting a cross in for Whitehouse. Then eventually his cross that was smashed back across the face of goal into the feet of Jake Day, one of those that could sort of hit anybody and go anywhere. But eventually it was cleared by the Peterborough Sports back line. Crook's goal kick sent long towards Jarvis. He wants a free kick from Max Hunt's hands, but no interest from the referee whatsoever. Alvin Jones trying to steer that one round the corner for Gallagher, but Willis makes that one his. We have picture. Amazing. Just about.
Eye on the tech man.
Thank you very much, Matty. Willis getting play back underway this time, throwing it to Nathan Newell. His crossfield pass towards Abbey, intercepted by Gallagher. Cantrell wanting the free kick, and he will get it for a pull on from Gallagher. Right on the halfway line.
I still got my glasses coughing.
Matty is now blinded. Far side of the centre circle, just in front of the dugouts. I think we'll buy a yard or two into the half. George Willis looks to be taking this one. We're seeing Max Hunt and Adam Anson riding forwards, taking up advanced positions on the left flank for the diagonal pass. That's where it will go. Headed away by Peterborough Sports initially. Perrott getting it back forward. Fry gets a big hoof on it. Clacky leaves that one as it runs through for Willis. Cleared back upfield towards Jake Day. Might have kept himself onside, but it's going to run straight through to Crook, the keeper. He gets his hands on it, rolls it out for himself. Slips as he goes long. Attempted flick on from Winters, but Waldock heads it back to Claxton. He's going to have to deal with that one, and he gets it clear well. Up towards Jake Day. Brings it down on the floor, tries to lay it off. He can't quite stretch to it, though. It's McCann trying to go down the line, headed away by Claxton. Oh, it's a miscontrol from McCann, the man that we deemed to be running the show in the first sort of half an hour. Hasn't had the brightest of starts to this second half as he's let the ball essentially roll under his foot.
Yeah, foot's off the gas slightly, isn't it? After what was really an impressive first half showing, he was, well, I've said it in the first half and I'll say it again, there was a brief time, probably half an hour spell where he was the best player on the pitch.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair thing to say. Everything was kind of going through him from a Peterborough Sports perspective, I mean from just anyone's perspective for a good period of time as they look to come forward here through Van Leer. It bounced awkwardly for Newell. Van Leer did get it past Nathan Newell, but Adam Anson recovered to clear. That one goes out
really nicely on the...
quite satisfying, actually.
Yeah.
Bounced along the railing, but out for a throw. Referee telling him where to be. Lomax taking it from the halfway line. Sending it down the line. Whitehouse getting his head to it, followed up by Newell. And then eventually bouncing out. Alban Jones trying to put a foot in, which he does. Only poking it out for a throw for Alfreton, though. Perrott happy to take. I think he's done a solid job of filling in the shoes or the arms, really, of Adam Lund so far.
Very amicable job, yes.
It's throw sent forward. Lomax heading it away up towards Felix. McCann trying to challenge Abbey for it, but Cantrell coming away with it. A good turn inside towards Waldock. He shifts it over to the left-hand side towards Nathan Newell, about 30 yards from goal. Out wide to Billy Whitehouse on the sideline. Gets a crossing on his right foot. Over towards Jake Day, whose header straight into the hands of Peter Crook, but a really nice move on the counter-attack from Alfreton. Cantrell poking it inside, beating 3 players on the press. Waldock finding Newell, shifting it out wide to Billy Whitehouse. A few step-overs that we see from him so often, getting the cross on his right foot, and Jake Day gets his head to it in a good area, but unfortunately can't get it either side of the goalkeeper. Jake Day brings that one down, lays it out wide to Claxton. Abbey now goes back to Claxton, thinks about the diagonal pass. He will go down the line towards Day, and the clearance bounces off his chest. Out for a Peterborough Sports throw.
It's clear as day now. We've got an excellent collection.
Lovely stuff.
I had a word with the 4G.
Had a word with Mr. YouTube, and he's given us a green dot.
YouTube was made by a woman, mate.
All right, Matt, sorry, I've been disconnected.
That scared me.
What? I just caught you out for your...
No, that, but yeah, apologise for my misinformation.
Mr. YouTube, it's a Mrs. YouTube.
I think Susan was her name. I'm really glad that didn't result in a chance, because I did not want that as the lead up to the goal commentary.
I think Susan was her name.
Crook going long. Up towards Van Leer. Brought down by Jed Abbey. Trying to take a few touches away from his man. Back to Perrett. He clips it over the top towards Whitehouse. Looked like a nice touch initially, but it's rolled away from him. Lomax dispossessing the wide man. Here is Van Leer again. Nathan Newell arriving to put in a strong tackle. Out for a Peterborough Sports throw. Alban Jones goes quickly to Lomax. One of the many new arrivals in the Peterborough Sports side tonight. About 10 minutes gone so far in this second period. Alfreton Town still leading by a goal to nil.
That's it, I'm back on, mate.
Kane Felix looking to wriggle away from Anson, which he does. He gets past Perrett as well. And eventually, Waldock gets his body in front of him to earn possession back. Fans and players alike for Peterborough Sports wanting a free kick there, but the referee does not put the whistle to his lips. Lomax going inside to Gallagher, sending the ball down to Alban Jones. He's up against Newell, poked out for a throw for the hosts. About 5 yards away from the corner flag, it's Van Leer. Gets it back from Alban Jones. Gallagher now, right in the corner, plays it off of Cantrell to win another throw. I think he wanted a corner, but hasn't crossed the byline. This one's sent back to Lomax. Deep cross, low, cleared away at the near post, and eventually further cleared by Waldock. Jake, but Putman not deterred, cleared it away far, back into the Alfreton half. And eventually, some pressure forces it back to the goalkeeper, Crook. Over towards Van Leer, whose header deflects off Newell into the feet of Winters, but Nathan Newell recovers to win it back. Challenge goes in from Winters, and I think Nathan Newell might have touched that on his as he tried to sort of ride the tackle out for a throw, taken quickly. Alban Jones shifts it over to Putman. On the halfway line, coming out of the centre circle now.
Yeah, it's another one of them spells where Peterborough Sports are just kind of controlling the ball, controlling the game.
Gallagher looking to clip it down into Kane Felix. He's up against Max Hunt. Felix chopping back onto his right foot. Goes back to Putman. Another low cross, controlled by Jarvis. Tried to lay it off for Alban Jones, but eventually cleared. Only as far as Lomax, though. Out with Van Leer on the right. Another deep low cross from Alban Jones this time. And again, it's cleared away at the near post.
He almost slips, but does well to refoot himself.
I was going to say, refooted himself, tried to rescue it, but Peterborough Sports still with possession. Gallagher bringing it forward. He's forced backwards by the press of Day. Right now, the captain sending it over to Lomax. His diagonal pass blocked by Whitehouse, but he will keep possession. Inside to Alban Jones, trying to play it over the top. It's going to fall to Felix on the edge of the area. Winters out wide to Putman. He's going to think about the ball in. Goes inside to Gallagher, though. Alban Jones again, about 35 yards from goal. Peterborough Sports, nice spell of possession for them here. Van Leer up against Newell. He gets beyond him. Cantrell coming across to try and recover. And eventually Adam Anson successfully shepherds that one out for a goal kick to give Alfreton a breather. Willis going to grab his towel just to buy his team a few more seconds of breath. But yeah, I think Peterborough Sports have come out strong. Didn't do much for the first sort of 5 or 10 minutes of this second half, but since the kind of 54th minute, they've really been on top, had a really strong spell of possession just now. And Alfreton didn't really touch the ball other than clearing away the crosses, and it just went straight back again. And eventually, Anson doing enough to... Willis now will take this goal kick. It's over towards Abbey. Didn't really find the head of an Alfreton man. Headed forwards towards Felix. Anson dealing with his man, and eventually Max Hunt clears it away. And that ball very close.
I was bringing that down. It would have been off. You'd have seen me run off the screen. I'd have killed it dead. Remember, we'd done a couple of kicky ups, and then I might have like put it in one of the goals if I felt like it. But
yeah, just if you could be bothered, you know. Oh, 4G's gone again.
We've got 3 bars of it. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Doesn't make sense.
Oh, it's back.
Lomax. His throw sent forward by Van Leer. Nathan Newell in the process of trying to get the clearance. Nathan Newell in the process of trying to get the clearance in. Hauled down by Kane Felix, and he wins himself a free kick just on the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. So Willis gladly stride over to take. About an hour gone now. Alfreton Town still leading 1-0, thanks to that Jake Day goal in the first half from outside the area. And I'm not too sure what the results are like right now, but top 3 sides losing to their opponents tonight. Alfreton Town and Buxton, the only sides in the playoffs that lead. That was the case at half-time at least. Things may have changed. But as it stood at the time, things looking good from an Alfreton perspective. It would see the Reds rise from 8th to 5th. Obviously still with a game in hand on the majority of those teams. Curzon Ashton, the only team to have a game in hand on Alfreton at the moment.
Well, no, they're just level games played. What's that?
Marine 2, Chorley 0.
Marine have scored their 6th goal of the season to go 2-0 up against Charlie.
A good result for Alfreton. But yeah, out of the teams in the playoffs, Curzon Ashton are the only side that will have a game in hand on Alfreton. Outside of that, we've got a game to play on everyone else. Kane Felix looking to make something of that loose ball. Billy Whitehouse stepping in, knocking it over his man brilliantly. Van Leer. Oh, and eventually Billy Whitehouse tried to take it out wide, and despite his best efforts to keep it in play, it's rolled out just over the sideline. Good work initially from the winger, though. Peterborough Sports do have a throw. Lomax goes inside to Jarvis, and he clips it down the line towards Felix. Cleared away by Anson, forces a throw for Peterborough Sports slightly further forward than the initial one. Van Leer takes it swiftly. Max goes over to Putman on the left-hand side, who's got space. Playing out of the press. Here's Gallagher looking to clip it over to Jarvis. He's going to drop for Alban Jones, who's going to try one from distance, but that one never going to trouble George Willis.
Far off the mark, yeah.
Pretty far wide of that left-hand post. And the first real shot for Peterborough Sports in this second half.
And we are losing 33% of our frames, which
make sense.
No sense at all.
I think we've had can we flick back to the chat? We had a comment just for how the Red Men playing so far. It's good. Things are looking good. An hour gone. Alfreton Town leading by a goal to 0. Come out in the second half. Things have been relatively even. Peterborough Sports did have a pretty strong 2 or 3 minutes of possession where the only time Alfreton touched the ball was just to clear it. But that was also the case in the first half for a pretty decent spell of time. But the momentum swung and Alfreton Town found themselves in front. And since then, that's how it's remained. Ball now in the hands of George Willis, who can reposition themselves. Before he goes long up towards Jake Day. Headed on towards Whitehouse. Brings it down on his right foot. It's a great touch. The shot from Whitehouse. Great save from Peter Crook to deny Whitehouse. That could have been a second. Fantastic control from Billy Whitehouse. Jed Abbey, though, trying to keep the chance alive, but his cross only finding the grateful grasp of Peter Crook. What a chance to add a second.
Yeah, fantastic touch from Whitehouse as he kills that kind of the outside of his foot as it comes to him, makes himself a couple of yards to open up his body and shoot. But the touch does so much. There's a high foot there, I think, anyway.
Similar to the Bulldog one that saw him penalised in the first half, but I think it's because Cantrell actually got to the ball. The referee didn't want to give that one. Jake Day chesting this one down. In the end for himself. Jed Abbey now up against McCann. Looks to get a crossing, but blocked out for a throw, which Perrett, you'd imagine, would continue his string of taking them in the absence of Adam Lund.
Yeah, he's done a good job. I think the boys are kind of underestimating how far he can throw it a lot of the time.
Yeah, well, we saw that one trickle out for a goal kick that went over the head of Max Hunt, and that's quite an impressive thing to do anyway. Get it over him. Perrett leaning back on the railing as far as he can to get himself the max, and he goes long into the area. It's flicked on by a Peterbrough man, headed down by Jake Day. It's back at the feet of Day. Crowd of bodies in there. Cantrell's shot fired low and hard, but Crook reacts well.
Well, you knew
to
that wasn't
him.
going in when it was Cantrell.
Yeah, scored twice before. Great.
Poor man.
He scored twice before, but Cantrell goals are about as likely as a lottery ticket winning.
Well, there we go, Peterborough Sports. Quick to restart play, though, as Gallagher shifts it out wide to McCann. Nearing the edge of the area now, gets beyond Jed Abbey. His low cross in towards Felix. Evades him, though. Thankfully, a let-off for Alfreton as it runs out for a throw. It might have been Jarvis, actually, that kind of tried to backheel that one in at the front post as it was drilled along the floor. That could have gone anywhere.
Really dangerous ball right across the face of goal, and it's one of them ones where any touch towards goal could be the difference. It's what you look to do as a football team as well. If you put the ball in that area, anything can happen, and fortunately for Alfreton, they've got away with one there, but you can't let balls like that come in again and again because it could come off your own player, it could come off an opposition player, and it's too close to the goalkeeper for them to react 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and that can be the difference in games as we've seen this season. I mean, it's favoured us, Kidderminster away. You know, Lewis Salmon getting himself into a position down the line. Wasn't really anything on in the box, so he's just poked it across goal, and it rebounded off of a Kidderminster player into the back of the net, and that earned them 3 points on the day. But yeah, McCann looking to get back into the game, as he was so prevalent in the first half, as he plays the ball into Gallagher, who is dispossessed. Anson out wide to Newell. Plays it inside to Waldock, tries to return the ball out wide to Billy Whitehouse. But Lomax, simple header back to his keeper. I think Peterborough Sports looking to get the play back underway as quickly as they possibly can. Obviously, as they are a goal down, but we're not seeing their goalkeeper take any time on the ball. He's just getting it in his hands, throwing it back underway immediately, just to try and catch Alfreton out with a quick bit of play. Putman going down the line towards Felix, up against Claxton, and he knocks that one out for a throw. Met with applause by the Peterborough Sports fans as they're advancing up the pitch.
It's a penalty to Marine to make it 3-0.
Hugh Albon-Jones to take this throw.
They cannot score a third in one game when they scored 4 all season.
Putman goes back to Albon-Jones. His right-footed cross cleared away by Max Hunt at the near post. Drops for Whitehouse, and he eventually got the ball away. Nathan Newell looking to burst through, and he uses his pace to get away from Van Leer and Gallagher. On he goes, Nathan Newell. Eventually he cuts back and wins the throw for Van Leer. That is fantastic work from the left-back, driving his team from coast to coast, winning a throw for Perrett to launch into the area.
Well, watching him bound along the near side right where we're sat right now, he reminded me of a young Gareth Bale, the way he was moving there.
Gareth Bale in the Copa del Rey final.
I know which goal you're thinking about. You're thinking about that goal against Inter Milan, aren't you?
Yes.
Or more so that one, yeah. But Perrett lining up this throw, the usual suspects in the area. In it goes towards Day. Drops to Whitehouse on the left-hand side of the box. Goes back to Newell. His first time left-footed cross. Spinning towards the back post. Kept in. No, it's not. Looked like it might have been kept in by Max Hunt at the back stick. And Jake Day trying to direct a header at goal, but the linesman's flag went up as soon as the header came back across goal. We are going to see the first change of the evening. Lewis Salmon set to be introduced for
Jed Abbey.
Can't quite see the board. Jed Abbey. Fair enough, a like-for-like change on that right flank. Lewis Salmon been in relatively decent form recently, scored his first goal since Boxing Day 2023 with that late goal against Rushall to put the icing on the cake in that 3-1 victory. Lovely finish as well on the day, carrying it forward from his own box, cutting it onto his favoured right foot, smashing it across goal. Nothing that the goalkeeper could do about it. Will he add to his tally tonight?
68 minutes, sorry.
69, actually.
A goal kick by Peterborough Sports, sent long and won by Whitehouse. It's with Newell. Plays it through the legs of his man. Whitehouse trying to get there, so's Cantrell. Cantrell might get there. He goes in for the challenge, and he needs to be careful. But Lomax sends it long up towards Winters, who looks for Felix. Anson getting his body in front of it, though, and clearing away. Picked up by Alban Jones. First time pass into the feet of Gallagher. Alban Jones gets it back. Good challenge from Adam Anson, though, as he plays it in towards Liam Waldock. Referee plays advantage for a pull on Anson. Waldock waiting for the run of Lewis Salmon, and he does get it, but his pass doesn't quite make its way through. Putman intercepts, and he looks to carry possession forward for Peterborough Sports, kept in by McCann. Gallagher trying to get it forward. Bit of outs. The ball's dropped on the floor. Peterborough Sports man's pinning it between his legs.
It's gotta be
the referee's going to come over to deal with the situation. I think he might have given a throw for it going out, or is it going to be a Peterborough Sports free kick? I think it is.
It's a free kick. I didn't think there was any.
No,
foul
I mean there was a bit of a push from Claxton, but that was just as the player was laying on the ground with the ball pinned between his legs. But a free kick nonetheless. I mean, he had to have gone down in some way to begin with, so perhaps it's for that too. Putman's free kick cleared away by Claxton. Now with Jake Day on the halfway line. Dropping in. Right-footed pass towards Anson. I think that was intended for Newell, but the number 5 doing well to rescue it, sending it back to Willis, who goes long himself. Headed away by Fryatt. Perrott had time to take that one down. He opts for the header, though. Fryatt out to Lomax. Testing Van Leer with that one, but Nathan Newell steps up to intercept inside. Cutting in. Going back outside. Left-footed cross towards the back post towards Jake Day, but it's a good recovery from McCann, who gets the header away. And he's got space to drive forward, and now vacated by Lewis Salmon. Goes into the feet of Felix, who tries to dummy it past his man, but Anson's there to pick up the pieces, knock it back for Willis. Clears away immediately.
Jake Day coming from an offside position has to let the Peterborough Sports defender have it.
Oh, that's harsh.
They still give offside.
Jake Day deemed to have interfered with play just enough for the free kick to be given. Fryatt stands over the free kick, but leaves it for his goalkeeper eventually. Peter Crook waving his team forward. A few arms in the air, indicating a direction where they want it. Van Leer, the only man for Peterborough Sports, over on the right-hand side, so it does go left. Initial header from Max Hunt into the feet of Whitehouse. Chest and then kept up and cleared. Jake Day having to put some pressure on. As the ball cleared up towards Felix, it bounces in the area. Shot comes in to Adam Anson. A few shouts for handball, but the ball was right in front of him. Nothing he could do about that. If it even unclear from here, but if it did, it's a case of ball to hand. The ball was cleared away eventually. Now Liam Waldock checks inside, wins a free kick under the challenge of Van Leer. And the referee gives it immediately. No hesitation from the official.
And if you're just joining us, well, there's about 20 minutes left, 18 minutes left, and Alfreton leave 1-0 through a fantastic strike from Jake Day in the first half. To give the visitors the lead. They've had other opportunities through Liam Waldock hitting the post. A chance glanced right across the face, and he miscued it off his foot and wide, which left it at 1-0. Peterborough have had large spells of possession in this game, keeping Alfreton in their own half and not really making any big chances out of it other than that big one from Kane Felix in the first half, and the ball across the box we saw that no one got on the end of in the second half.
Yeah, and I think we saw as well just then Kane Felix getting a shot away, but it was blocked pretty instantly.
Kings Lynnon's
Chorley 3-0 down.
Yeah, we've had Charlie now 3 down at Marine, so that's 7. But they've nearly doubled the amount of goals they've scored this season.
One more goal and he scores.
Kings Lynn and Scunthorpe still losing.
Good news for us from a selfish perspective. In the midst of this, by the way, George Willis has gone down. Ollie's been called into action. Jake Askew warming up, and both the teams collecting themselves around each other in the dugouts for a brief to play of normal time.
Donkey. Anthony Dykeshield scored an own goal. I don't like him.
Well, Willis back to his feet and the referee waved the teams back on. Willis sarcastically applauded by those Turbines fans behind the goal. Jake Askew resumes his spot on the bench for eternity, probably, until the County Cup rolls around.
They might release him.
Might take the shackles off his gloves. I think play will be restarted with that Alfreton free kick that was won by Liam Wooldock.
Hanson asking if Willis wants the free kick.
And I think he does.
No, I think Hunt's coming to take it.
Willis is moving out of his box though, so he will be at least a passing option from the free kick. An unfamiliar taker from this sort of free kick area, but he goes long on his right foot over towards Jake Day. It's a good ball, taken down by Jake Day into the feet of Whitehouse. He lays it off to Nathan Newell, who's got space. Thinks about a cross on his left foot, but goes to Wooldock, gets it back from the number 10. Lunges to keep it in play. Liam Wooldock fires it back into the head of Perrett. Whitehouse kept it in, but Peterborough Sports send it back forward down the line. Felix, nothing he can do to get beyond Anson. Willis drills that one out to Nathan Newell. Great control as it was fired into him. Anson going into the feet of Day. Brought down well into Newell. Clips over the top. Wooldock making the run. It was just inside the box for Crook to claim. If that was about a yard or two, or had a little bit more spin on it, then it might have been a different story. But Crook goes long, headed away by Max Hunt. Picked off by Lomax on the halfway line into the feet of Van Leer. Up against Whitehouse. Nice little back heel from Lomax, but Van Leer can't keep it alive. Cantrell trying to play it to Whitehouse. Peterborough Sports back in possession though with Fright. He goes long. Headed bit too handsy for the referee's liking on Nathan Newell, who wins himself a free kick. Just a chance to break up. Another change. Peterborough Sports making their first substitution of the evening, and I think that's the number 19. Another new arrival. Team sheet's falling. Jonathan Bland, I think, used. One of the loanees from Barnsley, I believe.
Coming on, Jonathan Bland, number 19, Will Van Leer, number 8.
And there we go, Van Leer coming off, who was operating on their right-hand side. We saw a lot of him, especially in this second half, because he's sort of right in front of us. So that is probably, we'd imagine, we don't know too much about other than the new arrivals. They were announced very late on in the day. But it looks to be just a like-for-like in terms of position.
Yeah, he's come out. I think it's been a back three from Peterborough into kind of wing-backs on either side, so I think he's going to come and operate this right wing-back role.
It looks like it so far, as Nathan Newell plays it out wide to Whitehouse. Up against Bland for the first time. Managed to get the cross beyond him, but nobody at the near post to divert that anywhere other than straight out for an Alfreton throw.
I thought that was coming to us again. You know what? We need one of these at Alfreton, right? But with no railing. So
just so you can jump up.
I can jump up and bring the ball down.
We'll get you as a pitch side reporter, Jeff Shreves.
He's a tough cookie. He'll carry on.
Perrett, his throw down the line towards Day. Headed away by Fryer. Back out for another Alfreton throw slightly further forward. He's bought about 10 or 15 yards there. 77 minutes of normal time gone. Alfreton Town still leading 1-0 through that Jake Day goal in the first half. Perrett sends his throw towards Whitehouse at the near post. It's cleared away, but Perrett will recollect possession and let it run out for a throw. Gives himself another opportunity, third bite of the cherry, to make something stick from the throw. Still got Jake Day, Max Hunt at the near post. Whitehouse providing himself with the short option again. Lomax with the initial clearance out to Nathan Newell. He tries to play it into the feet of Cantrell, but it's slightly wayward. Peterborough Sports get it clear. Adam Anson, the last man back, heads it away. Liam Wooldock looking to hook this one round the corner for Lewis Salmon. Putman gets there first though.
Oh,
Lewis Salmon, I think he's very hardly penalised for a... Can you call that a push?
I think there might be
on
a sniper
Putman
above us.
I think Putman was gonna shepherd that one out. Well, he was gonna try and play it in, keep it in. Sorry, Lewis Salmon wanted to shepherd it out. And he's only really raised his arm in the sort of normal contest for the ball, but the referee gives the free kick after the linesman's indication. Crook sends it along. It's a great catch from
Max Hunt's head is unbelievable.
Solly on the bench, I think. And we are going to see another change, I think, for the host as the board is being lit up. And this could be...
It couldn't, could it?
It will. I'm pretty sure.
It is.
It's Michael Gassi
Gassi.
Introduced.
We have nightmares about that man.
Another substitution for
in place of one of the new boys, Winters.
Tyler Winters coming on, Michael Yagashi.
Oh, I'm not sure that's how you say his name.
Oh, that's a bit of a shocking pronunciation.
I was going to say, we have trouble with pronunciation sometimes, but I think the PA might have had a howler there. But yeah, for those unaware, Michael Yassi got the winning penalty for Boston United in Alfreton's playoff eliminator last season.
Just every time he gets the ball.
With 10 minutes to play, will he look to reignite himself as the villain?
Well done, Liam Waldock.
Liam Waldock dispossessing him. George Willis going long towards Day, flicked on. No one there in a blue shirt to keep it alive, though. Cleared away by Peterborough Sports. Nathan Newell looking to see it out against Bland, but he keeps it in play. And he's going to be forced to play it off of him for a goal kick.
Nathan
Very good
Newell.
work from Nathan Newell. Quite nonchalant there. I was worried that he thought it was going to be a goal kick and let it run out.
Yeah.
But at the last second, he turned on it, knocks it off of the substitute Bland, and it's out for a goal kick for the Reds. 10 minutes to play. I was really sure that wasn't going to work and be embarrassing because I've got gloves on, but your touchscreen is sensitive enough, thankfully, for that not to be a wasted tap. George Willis lining up this goal kick.
Less than 10 minutes on the clock.
Not long for Alfreton to hold on or potentially add a second. Willis's goal kick headed away by the skipper Fryatt. Bland barrelled into by Cantrell, but fairly.
I was unsure, you know, because Cantrell went with his knees up.
Yeah. Whitehouse just sort of hooked it down the line to keep it in play, but it ran straight through to Crook, who again throws it out straight away. Putman driving forward, coming towards the halfway line. He looks to find Gassi down that side, but smashed away by Josh Claxton.
I have to start calling Max Hunt the horse away. He hoofs it every time.
Nice. We had to get a pun in at some point. Crook sending this one along towards Gassi. Lewis Salmon
Gassi.
putting him on the
Lewis
floor.
Salmon.
He remembers. Nathan Newell tries to turn outside of Bland. It's a great little move, and he tries to play it down the line for Whitehouse. It was ambitious. Fryatt leaves it for his keeper.
I actually don't think it was Gassi. I think looking, he was actually playing through the middle. It was Felix. But we can wish it was Gassi.
Nothing personal, obviously.
No, it's
against him.
personal. It's personal.
I knew that was coming as soon as I said that.
I'm praying on that man's downfall. You know, I was really pleased. I was commentating on National League TV on my own because someone abandoned me.
Hey,
Left me.
we had a playoff of our own that I think I rightfully had to attend.
And, you know, what should have been a proud moment for me commentating on National League TV,
Turned
the
into a
clip
sour
they
one.
use is me trying not to cry that Michael Gassi has sent Boston through in the playoff eliminator. And I'm just so upset.
Well, hopefully he doesn't provide the dagger for Alfreton once again tonight. Albeit a slightly less harsh one, but still one that we don't want to suffer.
If he scores, I'm rushing him.
Billy Whitehouse holding this one in the corner. He didn't really have anywhere to go. Lomax doing his best to dispossess him, but the number 7 came away with it initially, but Peterborough Sports win it back. Anson knocking it back up the line, beating Felix to it. Turbines getting the play back underway, though. Albin Jones playing a 1-2 from the throw. It's shifted over to the left for Putman again, who's driving forward, becoming a bit of a theme.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Billy Fuster introduced for Billy Whitehouse in the latter stages of this game.
Just some legs.
I think out of all of the wingers, he has he does the most offensive work out of all of them in terms of tracking it back in.
Bland hooking the ball into the box. It is Gassi from the edge of the box, and you cannot believe it. We wrote the script for you. Michael Gassi with a superb volley from the edge of the area to level the scoring. It was a really interesting build-up because Nathan Newell and Bland contested the header. Neither of them knew where it landed, and they both sort of did a 360 and span on it. Bland realised it was there first, and he could just kind of hook the ball into the box, headed away by Anson initially, and Gyasi was there to chest it, volley it straight into the top corner. It's an unbelievable finish. And once again, Michael Gyasi is the villain against Alfreton, 1-1.
I hate that man. I hate everything he's about.
6 minutes to play. Alfreton Town now, after leading from the first half, about 37 minutes in. Okay, that was scary. That was really terrifying. The tannoy still catches me out.
You listen here, Michael Gyasi. If I ever catch you in the streets, it's on.
I've got your team sheet, Liam, don't worry. You're putting out a Tyson Fury on WWE. Also, it's personal between me and you.
It is, it's personal. He has no idea who I am. I hate him and everything he's about.
Well, Alfreton Town cannot let that deter them. Billy Whitehouse trying to play it forwards towards Jake Day, cleared away by the Turbines. George Cantrell picking it up. Into Jake Day, he's tried to knock it around the corner. Bit of a scrappy sort of passage of play in the midfield there with 5 minutes of normal time to go. Felix doing well to keep that one in play with his head. Albin Jones looking to go down the line towards the number 11, but Anson hooking it clear. Might stay in. It will. Lomax knocking it inside, but Waldock the beneficiary there. Good touch, though, from the 24, the new signing. Lomax clearing it up the line. Adam Anson, though, collects that one calmly. Sends it forwards towards Jake Day. Headed it on. It looked like it might fall for Salmon in a dangerous area. And Cantrell, referee was going to blow, but he plays advantage. Albin Jones carrying this one forward now, about 35 yards from goal. Shifts out to the right-hand side towards Bland. His right-footed cross blocked into the edge. Albin Jones picks it up, though. Lomax has time. Tries to drill it into the box, but I don't think he caught that one how he wanted to. Lewis Salmon coming away with it. Evading the challenge of Gyasi. Out to Jake Day. Salmon wants it back. Oh, and he tries to find him, Jake Day, but Gallagher tracks back to make the challenge and put an end to that counter-attack. Alfreton need to get back now because they really don't want to be caught out with another sucker punch and lose this one. It's a deep delivery. Looked like it might find Jarvis at the back post, and he busts a gut to try and keep it in, but it does run out for a goal kick. And I'm not sure, well, we thought we might see Fuster on for Whitehouse, maybe just to kind of provide a bit of up and down work on this left flank, but now we may not. We might see Billy Heath keep it the same. Will he make any more changes in the final few minutes? Whitehouse trying to lift his team spirits. I think we know that there could be a winner here for either side. It's just a matter of where that ball drops. Willis opting to take the goal kick from the other side of the box.
Less than, well, about have 3 minutes left to play. Just want to quickly drop in there. Almost 300 viewers tonight.
Yes.
Thanks again, everyone, for choosing us as your preferred method of commentary.
We do appreciate it.
Yeah, it makes the long trips worthwhile.
Felix trying to knock it through for himself, but Newell picks that one up. Plays back for Willis. It bobbled again, and he had to kind of
shin it.
Yeah, he sort of had to shin that one away, compensate for the bobble. Gyasi picking it up in the midfield, looking to find Albin Jones, but it's a sloppy pass. Newell goes back to Willis. Less bobble on that one that time. I think he put a bit more caress on that one because he knew previously. And I mean, we've seen it many times before in football. The ball could just bobble over your goalkeeper's foot and then disaster strikes. Speaking of disaster, Gyasi tries to find...
Speaking of disaster...
I was going to say disaster striking again, but he played it too quickly and I thought there could be a goal on, but it would be a disaster for us if he grabbed a second. I was not alluding to that, but...
All he brings is pain.
We can run with that. Jake Day
I love it.
Chesting it down out wide to Billy Whitehouse. Tries to hook it back around the corner for Jake Day. It's a miscued clearance from Fryer, but fortunately for him, falls into the gloves of his goalkeeper. Peter Crook, at this time taking a little bit more time getting the play back underway, and I think Peterborough Sports know that this would be a good point for them, and that's not to criticise them whatsoever. They've hung in this game, and you look at the table, they're sort of just floating above the drop zone. Alfreton really flirting with the playoffs, and I think they'd be happy with this point. They fought back, had good passages of play with a rejigged team, having lost their captain, arguably one of their best players today, or only announcing it today. 5 new signings into the squad. I think for them, a point is probably a good, and you'd probably argue a fair result as well on the balance of things.
The thing is, from an Alfreton point of view, that the teams at the top are dropping points tonight, and it's just going to feel like a missed opportunity.
Chance to capitalise.
We said in the lead up to kick-off that these are the games where you've got to come and win. They're struggling at the bottom end of the table. You've got to beat the teams that you expect to beat and pick up points elsewhere against the odd point here or there, odd win here or there. You want to drop points to the bigger teams, but make sure you win your tougher games, and that's how you keep your momentum, and you don't drop your head. And although a point's a point at the end of the day, and we've got games in hand and whatnot, it is going to feel like a massive missed opportunity to gain 2 extra points on the big boys at the top. Unless
we can gain them here. Billy Whitehouse, right-footed delivery into the box. It was whipped, and Lewis Salmon was arriving, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. And yeah, I think that's going to be the debate. If it stays this way, a point earned or a point dropped, probably somewhere in the middle, really. But I think you kind of have to. You're always going to come away from it having conceded late in a worse mood than had it have been the other way round, had Alfreton have scored late and kind of had to hang in the game for longer. But we will see. The game isn't far from over. Added time is up. 6 minutes.
Added time, 6 minutes.
6 minutes for Alfreton Town to look for a winner. Peterborough Sports will be doing the same. Could be in for a really entertaining close to this match.
Yeah, credit to Peterborough Sports as well, because outside that kind of first minute after the Waldock chance, they've made it very, very tricky tonight. They've not come out to roll over and let us take all 3 points. If there is another goal in this game and it goes Alfreton's way, they'll have earned every single one of those points. But they've made them earn this point as well, even if it stays as a 1-1 draw. So it's one of them where, you look at the table and on paper you probably were the favourites, but they've been fantastic in terms of their energy.
Well, George Willis's goal kick is poor, and Giassi's there. Oh my goodness, Michael Giassi has won the game for Peterborough Sports. I mean, we thought we'd written the script for you previously, but that is just something that even I don't think we could write with the prediction. Michael Giassi, the beneficiary of George Willis's poor goal kick. Felix heads it forward, and the fresh legs of Giassi, he gets there ahead of Claxton. George Willis rushes out of his net to try and amend his error, and Giassi gets there first, takes it round him, left-footed from the edge of the sort of corner of the box, just places it into the empty net, and it's a real dagger from an Alfreton perspective, and of course it was him to get both. Added time. All we've got now is 4 minutes. A last roll of the dice from Billy Heath as Billy Whitehouse sacrificed to Ahmed Salam, the Egyptian. And it's going to have to be now just a battle to salvage a point on the road.
And that man's number 1 hitter.
It's unbelievable. Michael Giassi coming off the bench to score 2 against the team that he knocked out of the playoffs last season. I'm lost for words, really. I mean, I thought we'd foreshadowed his equaliser quite well, but we didn't actually think he was going to go on to get the winner for them, and in such frustrating fashion as well. It's not exactly a well-crafted move from them. And I mean, as we've said, we've credited Peterborough Sports with hanging in this game and getting the goal late, but they've done it again. They've just scored another late goal in added time. George Willis's goal kick intercepted straight through to Giassi. And that's all it needed.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really disappointing, because at the very, very least, Alfreton deserved a point in this game. They've had 2 or 3 chances that could have resulted in goals. And realistically, other than the one in the first half that Peterborough had, I mean, it's an absolute wonder strike, the first one from Giassi, and the second one's a defensive error. I mean, they've worked hard and they've been really, really energetic, and they have not been a team easily overcome.
No, not at all.
And I hope it's like that for every team that have to come here. But they've scored 3 goals at home all season, and they've got 2 tonight. And it's one of them where, I don't want to take too much away from them, but we expected to win this game. It's no secret. And
no, I think that's fair.
To then come away with nothing at all after I thought we should have wrapped up 3 points well into the first half. To come away with nothing, it'll be a very quiet coach journey home.
Absolutely, yeah. And we are going to see the fourth official put his board up once again. I think Alfreton are going to have another last roll of the dice. I think it's Billy Fuster getting his warm-up kit off as hastily as he possibly can. He's lining up on the sideline, topless. And there we go, we do get the chance to make the change. Liam Waldock jogs off the pitch for Billy Fuster. 2 minutes to play. He's not going to have much time to make an impact, but I think it's just about having those fresh legs. Billy Fuster introduced. 2 minutes to play, just in case there's a sort of a late counter charge. You want that fresh. You want those fresh legs running through, as opposed to Liam Waldock, who's played the full 90. Kane Felix gets beyond Adam Anson, and that's a cynical one. It's a penalty. Peterborough Sports now with the chance to kill the game. Kane Felix wriggling beyond Adam Anson, and he's grabbed him round the waist.
It's almost like a rugby tackle.
The waist, hold him down to the ground.
He's going to get a hat trick.
Michael Giassi
Anyone but him.
Stepping up for the hat trick, and I mean, just rewrite the script once again.
Not a penalty. Not a penalty. It can't be a penalty for his hat trick.
This really is
Shakespearean
stuff.
It's a real Shakespearean tragedy.
Michael Giassi steps up for Peterborough Sports, and he scores, gets a hat trick for himself off the bench, and Peterborough Sports lead 3-1. Alfreton Town have thrown it away in the late stages. And there we go. That is, yeah, absolutely speechless. I couldn't put it any better. They don't write scripts like that. They really don't. To come on equaliser in superb fashion, and then to go on and win the game in added time, getting around the goalkeeper, and then with a minute left to play, scoring in the way that he did to knock Alfreton out of the playoffs last season from the penalty spot. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you've got to credit his impact off the bench. Probably one of the best substitutions we've ever seen commentating on these games.
Oh, my, it's
all gone. A minute left to play. There will be some more time added on due to those 2 goals in stoppage time. But
Get me out of Peterborough. I'm not coming back.
The game is now as over as it really can be. Jake Day looking to provide a consolation goal for the Reds. Knocks it out wide for Josh Claxton, who's going to sprint to try and keep that one in play. And the referee stopped the game for a Peterborough Sports man down injured. I think try and summarise that.
Try and summarise that, right? Well, the final whistle's probably going to go.
Yeah, I'm just thinking beforehand.
Joining us, it is 3-1 to Peterborough Sports. Alfreton took the lead in the first half. A fantastic strike from Jake Day. It was really, really good to see from him. And at that point, it looked like it was going to be ones that we were just going to let the game simmer out. It was going to trickle out. Peterborough Sports, Michael Giassi, who scored the winning penalty in the playoff eliminator last season for Boston United, comes on into this game and scores possibly the best goal I've seen this season. Or maybe not as good as Waldock's against Spennymoor in the FA Cup. Unbelievable kind of volley right into the top corner. That's 1-1. He then makes it 2-1 as he latches onto an error from a goal kick that just sees him, you know, he's up against Claxton. And Clacky, as tidy as a footballer as he is, he runs like he's running through treacle. And Giassi's got on the end of it, round the keeper as Willis has come to try and, you know, mend the error of an under-hit goal kick. He's gone round him. He finishes it. He takes it really well. It's, you know, we've seen players bottle it from that position before. And then to really, really drive the dagger through our chest, he gets a penalty. Peterborough win a penalty, and he takes it to make it 3. And it is real cruelty as Jake Day strikes wide late on, but I'm sure that will be it.
Yeah, I'd imagine that will be it. Peterborough Sports making a late change just to run the clock here in added time, and you can't blame them whatsoever. They've fought back, they've hung into the game, and had to sort of deal with a lot of pressure from Alfreton, but kept the score at 1-0. And eventually finding themselves a route back into the game through Michael Giassi. And, I mean, Matty's summarised it pretty well, what happened after the equaliser. And they've made the change. Another new signing for Peterborough Sports, Max Booth, introduced in place of Oyson Gallagher.
Yeah, bad to worse, to the worst it could possibly be. Is the
touch. If that railing wasn't there.
If that railing wasn't there, I would have brought that down.
No, I think you've just cleared it in the mood that you're in.
They're teasing me is what it is.
Well, there we go. There is the full-time whistle. Peterborough Sports with a late fight back to win 3-1 here at Pims Park. Alfreton Town had the lead in the first half via Jake Day with a brilliant strike from outside the area. Michael Giassi, public enemy #1 from an Alfreton perspective, comes off the bench, scores a superb equaliser, chesting it down and volleying it into the top corner. Nothing George Willis could do about that one. And then into added time, as we thought Alfreton might be fighting for a winner, Willis's goal kick intercepted by Felix. It was short and it rolled straight through. Claxton beaten for pace by Michael Giassi. Takes it round George Willis, who looked to make amends for his error, into an empty net for 2-1. And then Adam Anson hauling down Felix, I think it was, in the area, cynically to give away a late penalty and giving Giassi the chance to complete his hat-trick. And that's all she wrote. And I tell you what, she wrote an absolute belter of a script for the neutral, or for an anti-Alfreton perspective. But there we go. It's defeat on the road for the Reds. We've tipped over the 300 viewer mark, so we thank you all for tuning in on what's been a disappointing night in the end for Ofdom. And we will catch you again on Saturday
for Warrington,
away at Warrington.
Football's such a cruel game.
It can be.
Such a cruel game, but we'll see you then. Thanks for